You're listening to B2B Tech Talk with Ingram Micro, where we share topics that will inspire business growth and help you stay ahead of advances in technology before they become mainstream. This episode is sponsored by Ingram Micro Xvantage, the game-changing platform that will transform your business potential and reshape how customers see you. On this episode of Ingram Micro's B2B Tech Talk, we welcome back our special guest, Kanishka Sinha. Kanishka is a technology leader from Ingram Micro's Hyperautomation professional services team, and he's going to share with us the value and significance of using the right professional services team when it comes to a hyperautomation solution. Welcome back to the show, Kanishka. It's good to have you as a guest again.
Thanks, Nina.
So, on part two of our hyper automation series, we're going to discuss with you, Kanishka, why engaging with Ingram Micro for professional services is a smart and strategic choice. Uh, Before we go into the reasons why the partner should engage with us, can you establish the importance for selecting the right partner? Because there's so many choices out there, and especially with a technology that is relatively new, I would say, um, it could be confusing on who to choose.
Great question. And uh, the primary aspect one should look for a professional services partner is what is the depth of capability the partner has more than the capacity. Now, the key differentiator out here is, has the delivery partner or the professional services partner has the capability in delivering the solution? Have they invested in innovating and sandboxing this technology enough to come with the right design? And do they understand the different business verticals? Because one of the core elements of these technology is, and I categorize them as a consumable technology. So imagine it this way: a customer buys this technology. If they don't get a return, they're not going to reinvest again. These are not classic IT buy for 2 to 3 years deployment. They are quick deployment. One needs to see the return. Now, that's where the professional service engagement becomes very critical and the right partner becomes critical. It's not about how many people you have. Yes, that is a factor, but how many projects you have done of different size? Do you understand the relation of a process and the technology and the combination of technology you can bring in and then go to a right implementation? So that's the characteristics of a right partner to be highlighted. Now, going to your question, as you said, why Ingram? Exactly for the same reason. Before we even became a professional service team, we spent 4 years in looking into Ingram processes, which itself is complicated, global, huge, in a multiple system. We have grown in multiple folds. How does this technology fits in? How do we get the optimal results? And then only we pivoted into helping our resellers and customers. Now, that deep expertise and experience of understanding the technology gives us that capability to provide that solution. And more than that, we have broadened our horizon to multiple verticals. So we have spent time in understanding the business verticals where our partners and end customers are and how those verticals are being impacted with these technology. Service portfolio as the second point, it's a combination of technology. It's not one technology. So one needs to have the capability and a service portfolio where all these technologies are understood and you have an ability to come up with the right and the most optimal design for of a solution in combination of these technologies. Uh, an aspect you just mentioned, it is new, it's cutting edge. It comes with the aspect that one has to be committed to innovate and invest in that innovation constantly. That's what Ingram has been doing. We work very closely with product organization. We know what updates are coming in. We have our own ways to research and experiment on new technologies, so we can stay either ahead of the curve or in line with the curve of this changing technology and bringing it. One of the aspect of capability and global reach, which Ingram provides. Being a global organization, we have a ability to reach out to our partners and give our partners that global reach, uh, irrespective of the customer's location, how Ingram can help them at a global aspect, and also help our resellers scale at a global pace. We have created a lot of tailored solutions which our customers can use, and it all boils down to the capability, the scalability of global nature which Ingram can provide. But the most important is the proven customer records. I'm very proud to say that we have 100% CSAT running till date for all our projects deployed. So that's the core which our resellers and end users can really utilize, and then why they should work with Ingram and utilize the investment by Ingram to enhance their professional services.
So I have another I have another question for you, but before I go there, you talked about something that was you actually brought it up in the first episode, which is this is not an out of the box solution. This is something that requires support. It requires services. It requires a consultative approach regarding things like change management. So finding the right partner is critical to the success or the outcome of the solution. So we know we have 62+% people looking to do this, but the percentage of failure can be really great, especially if you choose the right partner. Is that right?
Yes. So I'll share another data point that the number of people who don't go ahead after their first year, what in the software cycle we call non-renewals, is close to 40%. So people who start the journey, 40% don't pursue it. And the underlying data is 95% of them don't pursue it because they didn't got the right expertise of services provided. And then the 5% is only because they thought it's a one-time usage. So in both cases, it's a loss of opportunity. It is not. Uh, so yes, it has to be a roadmap, consultative view. How do you start, and what is the best starting point for you, and how do you grow it in terms of your overall portfolio and really grow your return on investment on this?
Well, you have given some great information on things to consider when looking for a right partner, and also regarding the synergy between robotic process automation and professional services. So it's obviously set to continue transforming the way we work and deliver services. Is that right?
Yes. So that's a key aspect. Both have to go hand in hand, uh, and the closer they are, the better the results are.
Interesting. So talk about um, our our offerings. If you can expand a little bit on what an engagement might look like.
Great question. So I'll put it into two parts. One is we have designed offerings, and like I was mentioning earlier, we understand the needs of the customer and the type of customers our partners interact with. So what we have done first is made it easier for our partners. We designed what we call fastback services based on where the customer is in their journey, the size of it. They can they can choose the scalable model from a small to a large, what we call a workshop jumpstart, getting to a starter, enablement, scale up packs. So different packs, different sizes, looking into, do you want to get trained while you deploy, or you just want a deployment? So we have created those packages to make it easy. At the same time, we have created something what we call managed services, flexible services management, which is much more open ended. How do you want to build capability first while you're doing and utilize Ingram's capability in doing capability, health checks, implementation of support. And even if you want to build your own center of excellence, we have a program designed for that to help you. So that I would say is one part of it, how one can consume the services in different modules. How an engagement looks like in a typical way, we start as early as pre-sales. As you are having a conversation with your customer, we help to understand or help our partners understand why a customer is buying these technologies. Where are they in this journey? And how do you help them map their journey from buying a software to consuming the software and so on and taking it forward? So we start that early, help them choose the right set of technology, what they are buying, right set of modules, and creating a scale up. So what we call license management support and pre-sales, bringing them the right use cases, the demos. That's the starting of an engagement. Post that, we create a plan for them. How would you take it to your processes? Ultimately, the core is which business you're going to go ahead and put these technology to use. So how do you do a process selection? We start with process selection, executive onboarding. Who are the executives, different teams which needs to be onboarded, what processes you want to start with. And with our knowledge of heat maps and processes, we accelerate it and give them, how do you choose the key process design or key processes to be designed with these technologies. And then we provide the end-to-end development of the technology and bring it back and deploy it for them. Once it is deployed, we provide what is called maintenance as a service. So not only that we leave you at a deployment and say, hey, now you have it done. No, we provide an extended support of life cycle. Once you have it deployed, how would this run? Because this is now the new process. So that's how we see our engagement. One is on these package services, as I said, easier for our customers to buy, our resellers to sell. So make it very easy, capsule sized. But underneath that, it's a detailed flow which starts way early at a pre-sales, leading and really hand-holding from a license management to the consumption, getting the right ROI, making sure it's running. But ultimately, it comes back to the same license management. What next? How do you grow better? What is the next module you need to add? What is the further technology advancement you can? So that, I would say, that's the repetitive 360 cycle which runs for us.
You have shared a lot of information here, but going back, you have given us, whether a partner chooses Ingram or chooses another organization for their services, you've given information on things that they should look at to make sure that they're choosing the right partner, because the percentage of these implementations that fail is so great that choosing the right partner is critical to success. And then you went through and you listed what Ingram Micro offers. Not only have we worked with many organizations to help them find success, but we also have the experience ourselves. So I would say that gives Ingram Micro a lot of street credibility to be able to provide these services to our partners or through our partners for their end users. Kanishka, you have been, again, such a great guest. This has been so informative, and you are a great subject matter expert. And I know that this information is going to be very valuable to our partners, because, again, when it comes to total available market. There's plenty of opportunity out there for success and to expand their portfolios and grow their business, and opportunities, again, to deepen their relationship with Ingram Micro. What can partners do if they want more information or they want to get a hold of you or find out more about our services? What do they do?
Well, they can do three things. One, they can reach out to us, to the team. We have email ID, a QR code, which we can share, reach out, look at our offering. Second, we host monthly webinars for our partners, and they can join. We talk about the services Ingram is providing. Not only that, every month we cover a specific industry vertical. Like last month we covered IT. So any of our resellers who have IT customers can take that and go deeper in with their customers, how and where hyperautomation is applicable for an IT customer. Similarly, we did it for healthcare and others. So I would suggest these are the two things. Contact us on and then reach out to the team. We are more than happy to engage with them one-on-one, work with the enablement and talk more about services. Join our monthly webinars to learn how hyperautomation is, how this workspace is changing in the industry, and what are the industry specific nuances we can share.
Is this information available on Xvantage?
We will be on Xvantage soon. We are part of the rollout, but currently it's part of the advanced solutions and then HPS's professional services. But as eventually we all go on Xvantage, we will be there in future.
Fantastic. Kanishka, again, thank you so much for your time and for your knowledge. We appreciate you joining us today on B2B Tech Talk.
Thank you, Nina. Thanks for inviting.
Impactful global engagements, iconic entertainment experiences, and memorable networking opportunities. Be part of it all at Ingram Micro One 2024. You've been listening to Ingram Micro's B2B Tech Talk. Thanks for tuning in. If you like this episode and you want to continue the conversation online, use hashtag B2B Tech Talk.